These are all bullet wounds. You've been shot 5 times. Did you do 25 years in prison? I'm Big Volcano, the founder of the Spooktown Compton Crips. You in Spooktown Compton Crip right now. This is my hood.
Compton, California. A name that rings out in rap lyrics and headlines, often for all the wrong reasons. But that's not the full story. Today, I'm traveling deeper and linking up with Donald DC Conley, a local barber and lifelong Compton resident, to spend a day in his world. Inside the barbershop and out in the neighborhood, no scripts, no filters, just real people, real stories, and a closer look at a city that's so much more than its reputation. And it all begins early in the morning here at Barberism.
This is like the lab over here.
Okay.
Here I keep my travel case just in case I get a call that I'm not expected. Usually have all my stuff just ready to go. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, so I try to always stay ready.
Give the people an introduction. Tell us who you are, what we're doing here today.
Welcome to Compton. Welcome to Barberism. And this is a day in the life of DC and crew.
That's it.
That's it. Meant a few words.
Let me give you another introduction on top of that. We're talking entrepreneur, author, educator, and barber at the end of the day.
And hopefully a decent human being.
A mentor to people in this community.
And a mentee.
And a mentee.
Yeah, I'm always learning and trying to, give it back if I can. So yeah, thank you for coming and hang out with us, man.
We'll see. Don't thank me yet.
Well, I mean, you here. You are here now. You know what I'm saying? We got a long day ahead of us, but I think we got full books all day. Who knows what you might see? It's one of those things here, but we gonna always keep it hugged. Definitely. Welcome to Barberism.
All right, step one. Before the shop fills up with characters and haircutters on this busy Saturday, DC takes a seat in Lisi's chair to get himself cleaned up. And it's here I get my first glimpse of what it's like as a young man growing up in Compton.
Around 8th grade or so, 13, that's around 86. Crack makes its way out here. I came home one day, proud of my little McDonald's check, smelling like French fries. And so I remember I walked into the neighborhood and all the homies had scooters. I'm the one with the job.
Yeah.
And they was like, yeah, this is what we own. And it was somebody showed me, some substance for sale. I took my check and invested. These are my brothers. These are my brothers and my sisters. I'm my only child. Whatever they was on, I was on. Whatever we was gonna do, we was gonna do it. And I would get up, like I said, first thing in the morning, be the first one on the block, and I know I had to be done before the time my mom get home from work. So you talking about, I literally could do $1,000 a day, and this is like during the summer of, you're 14, 15 years old.
And then what brought you to the military?
I got caught with crack for sale at 15. My mother caught me selling dope. She was like, call your daddy. And I was like, what he gonna do? He literally just gave me some dope 2 days ago. But his stance was, if your mama caught you, what you think the police go do to you? The next morning, they brought me right over to the Compton police station and snitched on me. Literally told on me. And they booked me. They made it so that I had to go to the military, and they wasn't gonna support anything other than that. They sent me straight to Japan, at Suge, Japan.
So you do 4 years?
Yeah.
And then you come back to Compton, and you get back in your old ways, or do you change the world?
Yeah, I came back, and then I went and got a square job at City National Bank. But I go to my 9 to 5, then I come after work and I, hustle,
Yeah.
And then one of the big homies, he say, hey Don, you can't go work at 9 to 5 and come here, be taking out money. So my dumb ass quit my job and just got on the block full time.
Okay.
And that was the dumbest shit I could have done ever. But then right shortly after that, I enrolled in barber school. Is that Boo? This is Compton Legend right here.
Is Wave gonna do an article on me?
Who?
In the Wave newspaper?
Oh, the Wave.
I grew up in a gated fence neighborhood. I didn't gangbang. Football, baseball kept me out of trouble. But I do gang intervention because I got a lot of Bloods in my family, a lot of Crips.
Remember my King Drew?
Yeah, King Drew. I'm at the Drew League, one of the top leagues worldwide.
Yeah, I know it very well.
All the celebrities come through there, we conduct. You got all kind of enemies coming to that gym.
Sure.
But they know we about peace, we about unity. You mess up, we're gonna escort you out the gym.
Okay.
I'm not a shot caller, but I know how to put the fire out.
Gotcha.
Stop the rumor control. Unity and peace.
Yeah.
I set up ball games in different neighborhoods. In blood neighborhoods, Crip neighborhoods. Tell the brothers in the hood, slow down. Hood days coming up.
You know what that means, G?
No. What's Hood Days?
Hood days is when they go out in the community, they're supposed to celebrate, they go to the beach, to the park, way out. But you got untrained folks in the hood stay around to cause rupture. when they drinking and smoking, untrained, and get out and do right on people's walls, and then y'all hear banging.
So like for instance, we got neighborhoods over like on my side that's like front hood. Let's just say for instance front hood or neighborhood. Well, neighborhood is the street number is 127th Street.
Okay.
So their hood day will be considered January 27th. This happens all year long.
And is a hood day traditionally a positive thing, or is it all gang related, or is it?
It's positive when if you're not having no issue with no ops.
Okay.
You know, if you having a situation, which most unfortunately you go have some type of situation. You know, some people take that as an advantage to, you know, go hunting or whatever they might call it to like, yo, okay, well, this is the opportunity to go ahead and catch a gang of my ops, quote unquote, slipping. And so that's where it gets messed up, where it's like, am I right? And they youngsters, see, the youngsters, the youngsters go, listen, the youngsters go co-sign and play because they gonna be like, this old know what you talking about, or they gonna be like, this old know what you talking about. Like, so yeah. But I do want you here.
By 9:30 a.m., the shop's in full swing as the buzz of clippers and conversations kick in. And like any good barbershop anywhere in the world, it's not just about the haircut. It's about the community, a tight-knit team of talented barbers who all bring their own style and personality to their chair. Let me introduce you to the starting five.
Hey man, come here. He actually runs damn near everything. He's the biggest little dude in the whole building. So yeah.
What's up, man?
Yeah. What's up?
You run the show here?
Yeah.
You keep everything. You're the glue guy. What's this shop mean to you?
It's like a second home, basically.
My name is Lisi Quintero. I go by Lisi Lady Barber.
And what brought you to Compton?
Donald. Donald DC the Barber. He
Where'd you guys
recruited
meet?
me from London.
From London?
All the way from London. He's like, you got to come to Compton. I'm like, all right. I love the team. I love the community. I love that we actually make a difference here. We just don't cut hair.
Yeah, what'd you do to the back of
I
somebody's
don't know.
hair?
I just do a lot of things on the back of people's heads. I be drawing stuff. The latest was a Netflix promotion for the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight. I came up as an artist. I have to follow what's true to me, what makes me happy, what fulfills my heart, you know.
Yeah.
But I am a very well-rounded barber, stylist. You know, they're just a little fun, don't hurt nobody.
So I originally became interested in being a barber when I was in high school. I never acted on it, so I went to the military a year after high school. Luckily, my first job in the military was being a barber.
Yeah.
So I was at another shop. He was here doing his thing, I was here doing his thing, and he found out that I was doing barbering somewhere in LA. He like, bro, because we kind of grew up together. He like, bro,
Okay.
what are you doing? Come on over here, come work with me. So that's how that happened. That's how I ended up barbering. Felt natural to be here. The people, my coworkers, you know what I mean? They become like family. It's just as much as the clients, you know what I mean? When they sit in your chair, you become a therapist. So I would always be a barber because that's just like, that's my passion. I always,
Yeah.
if I was Jay-Z, I would still cut hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just how I look at it. Like, I don't see myself ever stopping.
All right, tell me the story, T.
So I grew up in Belize. My uncles, they were barbers, and they had their clippers, and they would not let me touch it. And moving out here, my dad, he didn't really have no barber or anything like that. So as soon as we moved out here, he bought me some clippers, and that's how I started cutting.
Yeah, you got the dream chasers
Dream-
on.
yeah.
Any big dreams?
Well, the biggest one, like I said earlier, was to work in film some way, somehow. I enjoying like catching like those really nice, clean, intricate, detailed shots and stuff like that. I really enjoy.
I'm gonna turn the camera over to T and
Oh man.
so if you see some really good shots today,
Oh man.
she's gonna do it.
For
I'm
the
gonna
shot?
I'm gonna give her the camera at some point. You're gonna see it.
Ooh.
Yeah, like go
back a lot.
I got a lens for every bump on your face.
Yeah, I'm from Los Angeles. This is Compton, but I'm from Los Angeles.
Okay.
So I'm from the west side.
What's
So
that
I started
tradition?
barbering because I tried to cut my son hair one time, and his mother kind of like clowned me, treated me bad, talk bad about me. So I said, well, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it right. So I just went to barber school.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the hardest story right
That's
there.
a long. That's
My baby mom was talking shit. I went to school.
That's the
Yeah, she
longest
can't-
I told you so story.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
can't
that's
say
a
shit
lot.
now, so yeah.
I'll
Okay.
show you.
And I'm making money too, so yeah, she definitely mad, but it's all good.
Now, normally DC'd be back to back to back on a day like this, but luckily Ant-Man's able to shift the schedule so Don could show me around these notorious Compton streets in between cuts. Oh, let me get you set up.
You're. Oh, yeah, take the mic off. I look like a fed. You gonna get me killed.
I actually have asked questions before. I'm like, I know I got a wire on.
Yeah, no.
We got this, as long as we got this.
Yeah, no wires, no wires.
All right, we're doing limited edition wires. I might get them in draft.
Yeah. Listen, man, there's a lot of stuff going on right now, people, and we want to just make sure that we're not implicated in anything. All right.
Listen, this is the only time I should have like a you know how they have press vests?
You gotta.
I should have a YouTube vest.
You
to
gotta
let everybody knows.
You gotta get one. You know that actually be dope.
Because I start rolling in here with myself, and when Brandon comes too.
Oh yeah.
You got these two guys with the camera.
Yeah. Like, okay. Yeah. You guys are going. You're suspects.
Who is on your Mount Rushmore of Compton residents or Compton natives?
That's a great question. You have to go Dr. Dre, for one, because he's the first billionaire out of Compton. Of course, Eazy-E wasn't necessarily the best imagery of Compton, but hell, Eazy-E was able to pay for a dinner and go have dinner with the president.
That puts him on something,
yeah,
right?
People thought he was crazy, but he knew what he was doing. I think I had to say Serena.
Okay.
Or Venus.
Uh-huh.
Can I put them as one?
Those
Can I put them as one?
Yeah.
The Williams sisters as one? I'd have to say them because, let's just be honest. It was like they took a sport that wasn't necessarily a sport of the hood.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna call it no color. Just it wasn't a sport that we played in the hood.
Yeah.
So that's a good segue for us
to
get the fuck out of here.
A lot of people don't understand, like Compton in LA. Compton is a very distinctive. Compton is Compton. LA is LA.
Okay.
It's just like you don't go to Manhattan and think it's Harlem.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with us here. It's like you're people in Compton are proud.
My biggest thing is with the city is like just trying to show that there's a lot more than just the negative. That's not all great, but it ain't all bad either. I love my city, but sometimes it's just like, man, I wish we could do better. You know what I'm saying? But it starts higher up than the community, but then the community has to meet the higher ups somewhere in the middle. I can't expect for government or the city to do it all for us. I got to get up and pick up some trash, and
we got other people that really want to do bigger and better in the community and want to do things that are different, i.e. barberism shop. People are like, well, why did you the shop is nice. Why would you do a shop in Compton? Why wouldn't I do a shop in Compton?
welcome to the Made in Compton store. You got to come by the Made in Compton store if you in Compton. That's just a for sure. We just done deal. So
that's part of the tour.
You got to come by the store.
All right, since we're in the clothing store, if I was gonna pick up a red hat or a blue hat, if I'm in Compton, is there a distinction of what I should pick up depending on where I am?
You know what? You can pick up whatever you like. There's no, that's a facade. Like, you wear a color and you're gonna have a problem. The thing about it is it has to do a lot more with your demeanor and your attitude as opposed to the color you choose. So if you got a whatever color on and you decide to go into anywhere and choose to go in there with some bravado or some type of issue, you might have an issue.
So for example, you walk around in all red. What does that mean?
That means I want you to stop.
People want to know about the hood, all over America, it's Crips and Bloods, you know what I mean? We're doing the LA hood tours, we pick you up in Hollywood and take you all through the hoods. Every hood it is, you know what I mean? And give you the history and the story about all these hoods and everything and where we at today. Can't stop, won't stop, you know what I mean?
And where are you from?
I'm from Santana Block, Compton Crips.
Okay. Ask him the question you just asked me.
So if I walk into the store and I want to just I just love the red color, and I just go red hat, red t-shirt, red shorts, and I just walk around Compton.
You can do that now. That's what I told you. You can do that now. It's no color lines really right now. You know what I mean? You will see a Crip in all red, and you'll see a Blood in all blue.
I said, you
know what I mean?
Wearing all red. I said, I want you to stop. That's simple. There ain't nothing. There's nothing.
If you see that picture of Nipsey on the side of Fat Burgers, he got on a red shirt. Back in the days, that would have been taboo. I would have been the first one. I've been the first one to say, like, homie, what's up with you? I mean, we don't wear that color around here. But now you got Crips wearing red, Bloods wearing blue. You can wear any color you want. We dress for fashion now.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you something that you probably never ever hear a term ever on your YouTube channel. Only come from right here. These original CC riders, like you ain't never, you don't know nothing. You go do your history, go do your homework.
Go do your history. I'm
there.
Big Volcano, the founder of the Spooktown Compton Crips. You in Spooktown Compton Crip right now. This is my hood.
And how do you tell the difference now? How do you decipher?
Oh, well, you can't. You gotta know. I came home from prison in 2008. You had people walking around here with tight ass skinny jeans, fluorescent colors and shit, and you swear they was gay and shit. They the biggest gang. The motherfucker pull out the biggest head. Hey, where you from, homie? I'm like, nigga, where you from? I'm
but
from
now you
Spooktown.
look at us. You look at us today. We the G's around this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We keep the city popping. You know what I mean?
We try to keep the city right. We trying to stop the violence.
That's it. Listen, how can you win something, a war, when you've been warring all the time and we losing each other?
We losing soldiers. I got one in the grave. I got another one doing life in prison. That's a lose-lose situation.
And
you know,
then when we
I
inside,
like
we running together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta stick together.
Crips and Bloods don't fight. We figured if we could do it behind the wall, we should be able to do it out here on the street. But that's easier said than done. The little homies, they didn't get the memo.
But if we can make a change, we take that one step and get one hood to change, and we could peace treaty. Maybe everybody else will start falling on
Reach one,
board,
teach
and
one.
we
That's
can,
the motto.
you know what I mean? We can start living and having fun again.
Right.
And what's the message to the youngsters now? Like
the message to my message to the youngsters
and
and stuff, because I'm a first generation gang member. What a lot of people don't know about me is I was a straight A student from the 1st grade to the 9th grade. All I knew was church and school, because my parents was like that and stuff. In the 10th grade, I met a guy named Tookie Williams. Tookie's one of the founding fathers of the Crips. Tookie was a bodybuilder. I'm a skinny kid on the football team.
Yeah.
You know, I asked Tookie, could I come over there and work out with him? And that's how I started off. A year later, I'm already in prison. You know, and then jail became a revolving door in my life. Altogether, I've done over 25 years in prison, just in and out of jail, in and out of jail. I finally got out of jail at age 50 in 2008, and I knew I had to change. And I try to tell the kids to learn from my mistakes, so that you don't make the same mistake that I made, that you get shot 5 times. These are all bullet wounds. You've been shot 5 times, that you do 25 years in prison. I tell the kids, stay in school, get a good education, get a good job, and take care of your family. All this gang shit is over-related.
Because when it's all said and done, you got kids that's coming up. The hardest thing in the world is when you gotta bury one of your own child.
Right. And see, we tired of that. The kids are innocent to me.
That is
okay.
it.
Back in the days, if I was after you and I seen you was with your family, I gave you a pass. Maybe you catch up with me 2 weeks later and I'm walking out to church with my mom. You gave me a pass. These kids nowadays, they're not giving out no pass. They could pass by, it could be a 5-year-old having a birthday party. And then there's Big Mike out there, and they just mow the whole party down there because they can't shoot straight. They hit everybody but me. I'm tired of that. And all the rest of the people in this city, we're trying to stop the violence. In the 60s and the 70s, when I was growing up, my mother used to tell us, okay, y'all finished with y'all homework, or you cleaned up your bedroom, go outside and play. And it was safe to play. As long as I was in the house by the time the street lights came on, it was good.
That was our
Nowadays, the kids can't even go to the park.
Blink, you better be in the house.
The kids can't even go outside and play. You go to the park and they selling dope and they having shootouts in the park, and these kids are getting hit. See, because these bullets ain't got no names.
See, back in the days when we was really getting down, it was about get your man. Not just I don't know about drive-by shoes or none of that. I know about if I got a beef with somebody, it's about get my man.
Yeah.
His mama,
if I got
his
a beef
kids,
with him, I'm gonna get him. I ain't gonna hit his mom. I ain't gonna hit his kids.
I might walk
right up to his face and show him that thing. Today you get a pass, partner.
And that's
they not passing out no passes nowadays.
And it's sad.
And it's sad.
It's sad. Your mama in the car, your kids in the car, and a person these days they don't give a fuck. They just
La 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 la. You know, come on. If I pulled up on you and seen you with your kids and your girl or something, I'm like, I just looked at you.
I just want these kids to have a fighting chance for a life.
Fair chance.
A fair chance. The
A fair
same
chance. And
thing
not just here in California, all over the
Donald
world.
Trump and his kids want. I want them to have a roof over their head, clothes on their back, food in their stomach, a chance to have a fair education, an opportunity for a good job and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
That is the truth.
That's it. That's it.
After some wise words from the OGs, we have just enough time for 3 very important Compton landmark stops.
They're not like us. People are saying it all over the world. All over the world. When have you ever heard a diss track be nominated for a Grammy? Never.
What do you think about it? You like the song?
Oh yeah, the song was hard.
You a Drake fan? Were you a Drake fan?
I can't name you 2 Drake songs, I swear to God. And that's before anything. I just, that's not really like my nothing wrong with him. I think he's a great performer. But I just never really been a Drake fan. And then when this rivalry was ignited, it was like, it's obvious who I'm gonna ride with.
Yeah. What's the cultural significance, or maybe not the best side, of this Tams parking lot?
This is the last criminal situation that Suge Knight was accused of being in. And the reason why I said it was the last is that tragic day at the Straight Outta Compton situation, where Suge inadvertently, accidentally ran over Terry Carter, killed him that day. And but then there was a succession of things that built up to that. And that was probably like the last thing. That was the thing that put him away, for the rest of his life.
And this is as a 90s kid who was fascinated with West Coast hip hop in general, obviously the Tupac, Biggie, all that stuff. Suge Knight was one of those characters that I was fascinated by and never knew if he was the real deal, if he was just like a music pawn, or if he was actually heavy in the streets. What's the story of? Give me the summary of Suge from your perspective.
I think Suge was a man that was a very powerful man that didn't have a successor, didn't have somebody ahead of him that he could trust and show him what to do with all that power.
Okay.
That's just a real deal because, power corrupts, man. I don't give a fuck. Like I said, everybody want to blame dude or whatever. I don't really know him like that. But what I do know is that you put me in my 20s, my mid-20s with a lot of money and a lot of power and a whole lot of gang banging partners behind me. Hell, I might lose my motherfucking mind too.
And he was from here.
He's from the east side. He's from the east side. Right now we're on the west side of Compton, but we're getting ready to go over there to the east side because that's where Serena and that's where the park is. We're gonna go over to his side over here now.
And what happened to Suge? And what was his when did he no longer become a bully?
Oh shit, well, there's a lot of stories with that, but I think the story that you want me to talk about is the story with Greg the Barber. With Greg the Barber, and you can go YouTube fact check that. Somehow, I don't know the reason why they got into it, but what I do know is I got a call one day say, boy, you see what happened with Suge? I'm like, what happened with Suge? They say, your boy Greg's fired on him.
Yeah.
And I know Greg. I've stood toe-to-toe with Greg. Greg's he's not a huge dude, but his heart big. You know what I'm saying? And that's a lot of time. It don't be the size of the dog, it be the size of the fight. And he caught him. And again, like I said, I don't know if it was one of the things where it was like, a lucky punch.
Yeah.
But, the camera don't lie. He had to pick himself up.
Moral of the story is, you don't mess with the barber.
Don't mess with the barbers, man. You never know. He's got problems.
It's all good. It's all good until bullies get bullied.
God damn it.
This is called Looters Park. And they, just about every park has its own gang.
When you were in your prime, did you feel comfortable going to other people's parks?
Hell no. Let me see if these things want to get on camera.
Okay. Where are we at now?
This Looters Park, East Side Compton. This is the park that's famous for the Williams sisters. Gatorade, look like Gatorade threw him a check, huh? I never knew that.
So right behind me, it's all gated up and locked off now. This is where Serena and Venus Williams got their start here in Compton on the east side of Compton. These two and now it looks like Gatorade has Court of Champions. Gatorade just came in, wrote them a check and tagged their name on it. The biggest gangs along.
Hey, the biggest gangs is corporate, yo. The biggest gangs is corporate, man.
Yeah, very peaceful little park over here, and I guess like DC says, it's It's peaceful till it's not, right?
Yeah, man. Yes, we are.
Yeah, but I wish I could get on there, and I can tell you, I've been around here since 1968. And I just love to keep the peace and tell the people, go somewhere else with it.
That's right.
Because I want to see the kids come back play, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And then I'm going to tell you, if you don't trust me, trust thee.
You better.
And I'm going to tell you, God made ice cream, God made cake. When he made me, he didn't make a mistake.
He ain't make no fake
Fishes in the ocean, fish in the sea. The devil can't get a hold to me. Whether I pray on my knee, I trust in thee. I still can see, I ain't got stung by a bee. I might drink a cup of tea with a tiny web wee.
Amen. Where are we?
127th Street. You know, this is me. I done scuffed my knees here, I bumped my head here, and this is home. Listen, man, you just ain't never seen a white man in the hood. And then, hey, if that motherfucker had a police badge right there, you can say they go Donald again with that bullshit. hey, you hear what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Collection and get you out.
I love you for that.
All right, baby.
I swear there's just microphones.
My big bro, this guy, look, tell him what you gotta tell him. Tell him, guys.
What's happening?
Let everybody know, Compton ain't that bad. It's what you make it. But the main key is, mind your own, that's how you live long. And here goes something else for you. When you doing things, watch yourself. Watch out for niggas, polices, and flies. A nigga could be anybody if you go there. But the key is, let me tell you about the niggas, polices, and flies. When you doing good and you eating, what's coming? Flies. When you doing your own, what do the niggas do? They go to talking, who we get to? The police. Watch out for niggas, polices, and flies, and mind your own. That's how you live long. That's from Big Ant from Compton.
Don't judge shit.
No judgment.
We gonna make a beeline and search it. Don't pick up some of this shit. Just come on.
Don't touch anything.
Just do a quick glance and all you see is travel shit.
I don't know anything.
Yeah, come on in. So this is my home. Born and raised here. This is what I do with my hobbies. When I got downtime, I like to DJ and shit. And all this stuff is we won't go in the garage, but when I was taking care of my mom, I had a garage set up. And this was pretty much all in the garage. And I would take clients back in my garage, but I could still take care of my mom here in the house. Yeah. So we had people like Leon Bridges has been here in my house, and that's the first time I ever cut. Leon was here. He used to come here, he used to get his perm done right there in my kitchen sink. So this house, you know, this is, like I said, it's got a lot of meaning to me. So, tell me
about that man on the wall.
Well, Pac.
What happened with Pac?
A waste of talent. God bless his soul. A waste of talent. He's one of those tragic stories of like coming to LA and then getting caught up in the culture. And then honestly, he's like, he had so much other stuff that he could have done. If you saw the pre to what happened to the shooting with Pac, and everybody's seen that footage where Pac storming through the Caesars and they go stomp out Baby Lane, who was a reputable, competent Southside guy. You just met one of his OGs when we was at the Made a Compton store. Reputable Southside gang member.
Yeah.
You can't allow anybody to stomp you out in public and then still have that same rep on the street. I don't give a fuck who you are. Mm-hmm. You could have been Morgan Freeman for all I care. That was going to have ramifications that were beyond Tupac's even on his own understanding. Okay. He didn't get it, you know, and the people around him, they did. I'm death row to the fullest. But it's a different death row, you know? So the mentality now, death row now, and as opposed to then, it's a huge, vast difference. So I like to think the new death row, if there's a Tupac type of situation, they would do more of the Motown thing and cultivate his talents as opposed to, you know, emphasize his demons.
Yeah, at that point the demons were selling, so they lead with demons, right?
Yeah. Why so good if the demons are making me money?
And it's funny because it's like this, right? We tell this story of Compton, and my goal is to tell positive stories of places, not just go in the mud with these shock YouTubers and be like, I'm in the most dangerous hood ever, and this. Like, the goal is to raise the bar. Yeah, and we appreciate it. Unfortunately, or fortunately, whatever you would look at it, that negative, the demons, or will always get the views.
Yeah, and and unfortunately, it's woven into the fabric of life.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't start a car up without a negative and a positive charge. So it's just like, unfortunately, you're gonna have to have that negative to drive positive, and vice versa. So it's just a tragic story of if he could have done a lot more, I think. And if you look at him, where would he been now? He'd been a 50-some-odd-year-old man. What kind of impact would he had now? Yeah. And he was just a kid. He's 24, 25 years old when he got murdered.
So it's safe to say everybody in Compton knows who killed Tupac. That's safe to say?
It's been enough telling. Everybody, so enough people, it's out there. Statutes of limitations of murder never go away.
Right. So you would say, I mean, just very generally speaking, East Coast didn't have anything to do with that. So the Biggie Tupac thing, that had nothing to do.
Hell no. That was big corporate versus big corporate trying to sell records.
Yeah.
Which like you just said, which demon will get more press? Hell, you got the Drake and Kendrick situation. Yeah. It didn't get, thank God nobody got hurt per se, but you did see him going to the corporate, like, hey, I'm going to sue Kendrick and Universal and all of this, and he's like, well, wait a minute. I thought this was hip hop. I thought this was rap. Like when did ciphers turn into affidavits and shit?
Ready? Let's do it. Eyes on the clock. We got to get back for early afternoon appointments. And inside, I'm just a fly on the wall as the shop's rhythm moves to its own beat. Conversations, debates, and stories are everywhere. Clippers versus Lakers, perfect first date locations, geopolitical strategies, and even how to spot a fake $20 bill.
Check the coat for me. Check the coat. Check the coat. The coat of the bill, bro. Check the coat. I told you to check the coat last time.
Wait, DC, show me what you said.
So the coat from all the way from a dollar bill to whatever, the coat has a different texture. So if you take your thumb, like if you feel that, now feel the coat.
Okay. The coat has a texture.
Coat has texture.
I didn't know that either. I know.
You gotta be first.
You gotta scratch the coat.
Hey, know how many money they probably gave me that wasn't right? Never do
You gotta be in the light.
I always thought people was like this. I'm like, oh.
If I walk in the store and you do this to me, that's insulting to me.
Yeah.
Now if I do this,
I hate when people do that.
all right, you good. But if you do this to me, and I'm like,
Give me your money back.
give me my money back. I may not want to do business with you.
Yeah. Life lesson. You gotta scratch the coat. Any size bill? Any size bill, you gotta scratch the coat, and that's how you know if it's fake or not. So how often, how many days a week are you doing Snoops?
Oh shit, whatever you need. Sometimes it's every. Yeah, if he call right now.
Really? 24/7?
Yeah.
Not so much like a hooker.
No, I got you.
But yeah, I do get.
Like a surgeon.
Yeah,
like a surgeon.
Yeah, I get calls. Yeah, I get.
You just put like a bat signal up in the air, like the dog pound signal up in the air.
Pretty much. Some of them. One day, this is early on. I'm working with him, and when I get nervous, my hands sweat so I'm working in a bead of sweat drips. It goes right on his nose. Right on his nose. I'm like, oh shit. Like I'm doing all this shit. So he didn't say nothing. He didn't say shit. So I just knew that was the end of my whole fucking
career. That was it.
I was like, this is it. This is over with. So one of the other managers, because the dog has a few managers, he calls me and said, hey yo bro, dog need to see you. And he says, wear gloves. And I said, and I remember getting lightweight and fitted like, what? He said, hey bro, don't kill the messenger. Just fucking wear gloves.
Just wear gloves.
Just fucking wear gloves.
You want to keep working with dog?
The gloves actually make my hands sweat worse.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, whatever, but.
So you wear gloves every time now?
Yeah. But I got tricks to it now. Like I got the antiperspirant hand lotion and shit. Probably for me, one of the dopest things to ever be able to say is everybody in here except for one person has been able to cut Snoop. I've been able to get everybody opportunity to fill in for me for whatever reason. And Tony, what you watched the All-Star game with him, huh? What game was you watching when
World Series.
He watched the World Series. He watched the final game of the World Series when the Dodgers won. He watched the final game of the World Series with Dog.
No way.
But he'll tell you though, they was on his head though. They looking at him like, And when he do it, look at his phone, like, what the fuck you doing?
The TV right here. All of them sitting right here. I'm like, right here. And I pull out my phone and I put it to the side. It's like, I ain't doing that. Just checking my messages.
Uh-huh.
I ain't doing this.
All right, by now we get some breathing room to step out for a late lunch and pass by the Compton Museum on the way.
I'm gonna take you and introduce you to somebody that's doing big things in Compton, man. This is Compton Museum. It's my man Mark Bird. So Compton Museum is something that is a phenom. I think it's like every hood should have one.
Yeah.
Urban art, just different diversities and whatnot, and he brings them here and he highlights them. He's a good guy, good family man, Christian man, and so I like to go ahead whenever I get some time to go ahead and just highlight what he's doing. I like to go ahead and make sure we do that.
What do you got going on? Tell me the story.
Right now we have Sacred and Scene, really highlighting our LGBTQ plus community within Compton, because we already know like how it can be. I know how I was growing up in the 90s was like, that was like shunned. That couldn't even be talked about.
Yeah.
But like knowing that there is a group of people that do identify as that within Compton, we wanted to make sure we highlighted them.
Okay.
But our exhibitions always rotate every 3 months, you know, so like it's some great, beautiful people that are here, and you know, they're giving back to community. So I'm blessed to be a part of this and also be able to give back.
What do we got? Hold it up.
We have the greatest children's novel in history, I believe. It has to do with the structure of independent thought and one of an eight-year-old third grader substance, and anybody can digest this. And we get out of here, man.
You know, this is my neighborhood right here. I grew up eating McDonald's, Cam's, all type of stuff. And once I realized the things that I was eating contributed to my mental, physical, and spiritual health, I continued on that journey. And I've just been spreading veganism in Compton everywhere I go.
You want to know more about what he's doing in this mission, you can check out his TED Talk on TEDx Compton Boulevard.
That's a fact, yeah.
Let's get a taco. Legit?
Tastes like a taco to me.
Jackfruit tacos from Compton Vegan.
Changing the world one plate at a time.
Whoa!
Right?
That tastes like a taco to me.
Right.
That's delicious.
And it's good for you.
Quite the juxtaposition, right across from Tam's, McDonald's
here.
here. He put himself right in the middle of the ops.
All right.
This is legit. Yeah.
Now, where we going here? I've never been in this place. I hope they're open. Hello. How you doing?
Is this your place?
This is our place.
Tell me, what's the origin of this spot?
The origin is really me and my mom. We used to go get ice cream after work. And she has her own business next door. I just decided to do ice cream.
What?
Ice cream taco.
What's on there?
It's not white chocolate, it's pink chocolate.
Okay.
Strawberry crunch and then strawberry cheesecake ice cream on the inside.
What's your goal with this spot? What's your ultimate dream?
To make it in life.
Hey, that was so genuine to make it in life.
Yeah, just be able to open more shops and just venture out with this. Like have a flavor shop in Manhattan probably. I'm not in college right now. I'm only doing this right now.
Okay.
So it's just.
How old are you?
18.
So you trying to make a change to Compton?
Yeah, trying to bring us something new. Everybody when they come here, they be like, oh, I never know this is over here.
All right, let's try this.
You gotta get the taco.
Crazy ice cream taco. Yeah.
Oh, we looking real today, LA.
Real official. Okay. All right, give us the rundown. What do we have here?
Okay, so we have 2 tacos. One is cinnamon toast cereal in the inside, all throughout the ice cream, and this vanilla ice cream with white chocolate, strawberry cheesecake ice cream with some strawberry crunch.
Cheers.
Cheers, sir.
Whoa.
That look cold. I like it.
Crazy. Absolutely nuts. It's like the perfect everything. You got the perfect crunch.
This is my favorite cereal as a kid.
Bro, that's my favorite too.
Ice cream tacos.
On point.
In Compton. Great job.
Thank you.
Great job. This might be the most dangerous thing in the neighborhood.
It's more dangerous than gangbanging.
A couple of alternative tacos tucked away. It's back to this shop for the final push of the day. And now with a little more trust earned, the conversations get deeper. And man, this really could be a 5-hour episode if we just let these run uncut. It's a popular trend right now. Dangerous places, right? Like travel YouTubers and things like that. It's become like the shock YouTuber has become what everyone's doing because that's what gets the views, that's what gets the immediate attention. So I
I'm
was
gonna tell
like,
you like this: if you would have came with that pitch,
Yeah.
I would have done it. If you would have said, if you wanted, this is the more.
more shit
not,
because
yeah,
you're trying to uplift your community.
I would have done it.
And all that those stories are doing are feeding into the stereotypes that are already here. So the goal everywhere, not just here, but everywhere around the world, like to show people in the jungle are real people, to show people that are working on a street stand are still people. Like everyone has the same goals and the same struggles, you know, into whatever that relative scale is.
You know, it goes deeper than just that surface, and like people like you that want to come out and dig deeper. That's what it's all about. People want to get that surface and want to, yeah, you know, you hear about NWA, DJ Quick, and all that, but this community was thriving. We got farms, we got little agriculture. Compton has some of the best soil in America. Trust me, you can Google that. It's certain things that just get passed over because we get, you know, the sensationalized stuff. And people, and what Compton is more about is people and community.
So what's just interesting that I found out in environments such as like Compton, there's a ton of Dons out here, there's a ton of Jabaris out here. A lot of times they don't get that light to kind of share what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like we mentioned earlier, they like to stigmatize some of the negative things and sensationalize it, so you would think that's all that's going on. But there's a lot of genius in this rich environment, and then but a lot of us are humble, so we don't get in front of cameras. We just you know put our head down and go to work, and that's part of the problem, especially with us as a culture not being able to run and own and control our own media, so that we
voice,
can control
right?
our narrative. Absolutely. So it's just I'm glad that you're here to get a different perspective, and you see it. You've been here just for a couple hours, and you're seeing unique people with unique perspectives, unique drives and gifts to to contribute to their community.
What does a barbershop mean to you?
So what people don't fail to realize, especially in today's time where everybody's so isolated in their own bubble, their own silos, we go through things, we go through life, right? And we have to hold it in. But what's very special about the barbershop is you come here and you're around other people who are literally going through the same thing. And whether they agree with you or not, at the end of the day, they still understand you. And you have some common ground and you're able to walk through life and be like, you know, there's people that's on this journey along with me, so I'm not special, I'm not different, so let me go ahead and, you know, suck it up and do it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm not a weirdo. I'm actually going through something that somebody else.
You're right. I feel like, you know, some men wouldn't be as open to speaking with a therapist or a partner, but when you go to the barbershop, there's this comfort and you like, a vulnerability, I guess you call it.
It is, and here's the reason why. I always talk about times, right? I feel that we're at a tipping point right now on what it is to be men. A lot of us were raised by rough and rugged men that have this certain perspective on life. I'm not saying they're right or wrong. That's just what the tools that they use to survive in their area. But things are changing.
Or we was raised by women that had to be rough and rugged.
Just as rough.
And then there's a disconnect.
Especially now because things are changing. What was a man yesterday may get frowned upon what's a man today.
Yeah.
So we got to constantly evolve and change and kind of recalibrate. Like, wait, my dad told me to act like this, but now society is telling me to do it. You know what I mean?
You know, you came out here because, like you said, there's this stigma that you hear about the city, and there's things that you see on media. You see, you know, just because you got a camera don't mean you report the truth. So the fact that you came out here, G, and like you said, people were asking you, like, you sure you want to go to Compton? Like, I mean, like, you need to do a day in the life of what your day in the life of Compton was like.
You're
you know
right.
what I'm saying? Because I promise you, I guarantee you tap in with the right people of Compton, right people in my community, your life will be changed forever. Trust me. And I guarantee you, G and I are gonna be friends, and G and we're gonna talk about this experience for years to come because he came out here and I'm almost certain he didn't expect to get as much dirt, dig, whatever you want to call it, as much knowledge and as much experience as he did out here. And I'm really appreciative that you guys came out here and you get to meet our community.
I appreciate you. Yeah, this is great. And yeah, like I said, to me, everything I do, this is just about perspective. Learning new perspective and sharing new perspectives. And giving people a voice, because if you never go to Compton, how are you going to tell people not to go to Compton?
A lot of people don't get to see the progress. You know, we talk about the negative aspects way more often than we do the progress. And I think the city is a beautiful place. And again, like they ask me, like, how do I feel about gentrification? I am all for it. I just want to be at the table when we do it.
Of course, I can't leave without getting the full experience. So when the crowd dies down, Lisi offers to bless me with a cut. And my only request is no Jake Paul or Mike Tyson faces.
It's haircut time.
The moment in the day has come. It is haircut time. Time for me to sit in the chair and get the full experience. So
Don't be nervous.
I'm not nervous.
You're sitting with the world-class, award-winning barber.
I'm
Put
ready.
your arms through the holes. Down there. There you go.
This is
Freedom!
Is this specifically for female barbers so they know where guys' hands are at all times?
You know what? That is actually a great concept.
So Brandon, don't go too top down because I got a little bald spot at the top. Yeah, there we go. It helps being tall. Give me a wild story that you've come across. A client, a day.
When I started, it wasn't common for women to be in the barbershop. This guy had I guess he had just got out of jail, out of prison. And he walked in the shop. I was the only one who wasn't busy. But he didn't want to sit with me because I was a girl. And he was like, no, there's no offense, I just don't trust no women cutting my hair. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to make a bet with you. If it's not the best haircut you ever had, then I'm going to pay you for the haircut. I'm going to give you the money for the haircut. But if this is the best haircut you ever had, you're going to give me double the price of the haircut.
I like that.
I don't know what it is. It's about the touch. As soon as you feel it, like he calmed down and we just started conversating. And I was finished with the haircut. He was like, this is the best haircut you ever seen. And I was like, pay me, bitch.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, damn. I've never looked this good.
I know.
Comments, let me know. I've never been this stylish in my life. Yay? Nay? I mean, it's only a yay.
It looks full all the way around, 360.
I look like a European footballer. I don't look like me, and I think that's a good thing.
No, you look like the better version of you.
Yes! Approved?
Absolutely. Of course, there was not a shadow of doubt.
Barbarism approved.
Absolutely. Yeah, you do look like a footballer. You like you kick the shit out. You like you could bend it like Beckham.
I'm ready. I'm ready. You're the best.
Go look in the mirror.
Thank you so much. Damn. Took 5 years off my age too. And just like that, it's time to close up the shop for the night. They'll be right back at it in the morning.
Tony, you go right back at it tomorrow?
Yeah, 9 a.m. I'll be here sharp.
You're in school now?
Yeah, I'm in school right now to attain my license. I go every day from 4:30 to 10 p.m. Monday through Friday. Yeah.
You guys are the first 2 in, the last 2 out. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to be a part of your incredible mission and your incredible community today. DC, thank you so much.
Thank you for coming out here and traveling deeper in Compton.
That's it. Guys, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. But most importantly, if you need a good haircut, you come see these folks right here.
It's like barbarism is like a religion.
That's it.
Thank you, man.
Enjoy.
We enjoyed you guys, man.
And if you need anything done in the world, you call Ant-Man.
In the world.
He gonna be at Barbarism.
And that is it. Good night. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys on the next one. Travel deeper.
You eat on the run too?
Don't do it.
I store it in my cheeks so I can eat it little by little while I'm cutting hair.
Like a squirrel.
Is it cursing allowed on this? Or
You can do anything you
I
want.
was saying, cause damn, I'm about to really fuck your shit up.
So who are the biggest cornballs that you met in celebrities? No, I'm just kidding.
That's hilarious. Hey, G, you gotta go ahead and shoot this up. Cause you see this here, I need to work on it. Yeah! I need to work
We're
this
going
off.
tighter?
Yeah, we're going tighter on the shot, G. We need to go tighter on the shot, bro.
Yes, I feed my woman. I do. And see, I debone her chicken too from her mouth. Yes. Some of you won't. You understand that. Whatever.
You're not gonna do it.
See, you say you listen. He coming up to my eye. You the hell out of there.
Wait, tell me what you got.
This is a strawberry crunch ball, vanilla ice cream with the crunch mix.
Crunch ball. Typically, I don't do nothing with balls included. Basketball, football, none of that shit. I'm not a ball, but crunch.
Crunch balls you're in? As long as there's,
Hey,
as long as
G.
as long as there's cream,
Pause.
as long as
Pause.
there's cream involved, you're in.
Oh, gee, you a real piece of shit, but
I actually have a haircut appointment on Monday, so I gotta call her and let her down. That Sydney, you're great, but you know, when in Compton, you gotta get my haircut.
Yeah, but since I started rapping, I've been saying F it. I've been showing off like Stephen Curry, shooting hella buckets. Come on to this music. Hope someone see me, I get lucky. Wait, my mama stressing about these bills. I need these music ducats. What you wanna know about me? I speak the truth in my song. Stole that bar from my favorite rapper. Shout out to Sideshow. Got a big scar down my chest. I bet a lot of people didn't know. Just a friendly Compton Ed man. You know the hook, now sing along.
What a tiny web wee.
Amen.
I'm not no hater. I'm an inspirated, motivated congratulator.
that part right there.
Complaint remains the same. Praise you shall be raised.
Ooh, you better preach.
Even though you stray, he will make a way every day. He may not come when you want to, but he's always on time. Hey, continue to pray.
God bless you.
Because I never would have made it without him.